It has not been business as usual for Africa's biggest mobile phone company, MTN, which operates in Nigeria, Africa's largest economy. The firm was fined $5.2 billion in October by the Nigerian Communication Commission (NCC) for failing to deregister 5.1 million mobile phone subscribers who did not keep to proper registration. The penalty relates to the timing of the disconnection of subscribers and is based on a charge of more than $1,000 for each unregistered customer. This has caused its South African-based Group Chief Executive Officer, Sifiso Dambengwa, to resign and be replaced by non-executive chairman Putuma Nlenko. The regulator agency says the fine will not be waived because the memorandum of understanding signed by MTN is explicit on sanctions for infractions.
The rule says that if you do not comply with a particular number of SIM cards that were involved, that has to be multiplied into some certain sums. In this case, 200,000 naira per SIM. So the emphasis is on compliance.
Although there are reports that the mobile giant may pay the $5.2 billion in tranches, some critics say the sanction is too harsh and may send the wrong signal to other foreign investors. Some say the fine was a good move by the regulator and urge it not to back down.
The fine is justifiable, yes. Is the amount too much? I think so. I think $5 billion. If you juxtapose it to what we have in Nigeria currently, you want to look at about 1.something trillion. And that is a fine. Now MTN is being charged 200,000 per SIM. Okay, so, and that is not up to MTN's turnover in about how many years put together. The regulator can look at it again.
If the industry regulator sets rules and an operator breaks the rules, what are they supposed to do than to slam the fine? The fine is justified and it is legal, extremely very legal. Outside it's being legal, there was enough time given to MTN and all the other operators to comply with this regulation. And you know, interestingly, this is a regulation that was jointly made by stakeholders and the regulators.
Right.
So it's really not strange to all the operators that this fine would come if a certain regulation is breached.
Director African Analyst spoke via Skype from Johannesburg, South Africa on the development.
I would have thought that perhaps the Nigerian MTN operations executives would be the first ones to go. I didn't quite expect Mr. Dambengwa to resign. But obviously, it probably points to the fact that MTN has now begun to take this whole issue very seriously. It probably wants to reassure shareholders through this action also that it is addressing the problem.
MTN's shares have been declined by about 16% since the fine was reported in October. MTN Group Executive Chairman Putuma Nlenko has pledged to resolve the matter with the NCC in due course. Abiola Ismail, TVC News, Lagos.